Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us here today. My name is Stefaun Somerville, and I am 22 years old, and I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. It is a great honor and privilege to be able to speak here as one of the core members of the year. These past 2 years have been filled with so much growth, purpose, and self discovery, and I'm happy to share that with you all today. I started my AmeriCorps journey with Green City Force in March of 2024. I came in as someone who didn't know what I wanted for myself or from a professional setting. Having worked multiple retail jobs in the past and having hated standing behind a register all day, I knew that I needed to find something different. I had no expectations when coming into Green City Force. My mom had forwarded an email from Rees to me that advertised a program that paid its members and also gave monthly Metro cards, all while being able to work outside. Although I applied, I still wasn't sure, but with positive encouragement from my family and partner, I decided to go to the interviews and put my best foot forward, and I got in. I came into that 6 month service term thinking it would be just a placeholder for me to find my next steps. But what I didn't know is that it would be my next step. Beginning with Green City Forest, my first impression would be that it's loud, both literally and figuratively. There were calls and responses, community norms, and a chant that we would shout loud enough to be heard from across the street, and we were still told to be louder. We were taught about social and environmental injustices that were present in the communities we all came from. GCF made sure that none of us who came into those doors left shy about those issues so that we could speak loudly and make someone listen. They showed us how to uplift our communities, and in doing so, GCF uplifted everyone that came in. At some point, it clicked. I believed in those calls and responses, and I believed and saw the impact that we were having on the community. In my first service term, I served at Bayview Houses, at the time, the second largest urban farm GCF had, with it being over an acre with 13 farm beds. You couldn't miss it. We held farm stands every Saturday, and I got to directly interact with the community. The residents were there to get their produce, pouring rain or heat wave, and so were we, working hard throughout the summer. The community was always grateful, and they made sure we knew. And for me, it was gratifying to know I was providing healthy and organic vegetables to families who lived in this food desert. Vegetables that I got to watch grow from seed. Vegetables that I got to prune and maintain on a daily basis for 6 months. Vegetables that I got to cook with and present to residents, showing them other ways to prepare them. I had the opportunity to do something amazing, not just for myself, but for the community around me, with a team that I got to enjoy it all with. There's a day I'll never forget. There were rain clouds in the sky so dark the street lights were on at 9 in the morning. We were still out there though, finishing up some maintenance, but before we got to finish, it started raining. We were out there, some of us in raincoats, some of us not, finishing the job as a team. When we saw how soaked we all were, we laughed, and when we finished, we played in the rain like kids, jumping in puddles, dancing, and being proud of what we had just accomplished as a team. Just a few weeks earlier, we were complaining about the sun, how we didn't want to weed in it, and a drizzle would get everyone irritated, but we got over it. We grew as individuals and as a team, and came out of it resilient. Graduation came along, and I knew I wanted to continue this work. I loved farming, the community engagement, and the teamwork behind it all. A few months later, I decided to reapply to be a second term member, a fellow. This time, it would be 10 months and a lot more responsibility, as I would be responsible for mentoring and helping manage a team. I was excited to get right back into GCF, and this time, not just for the money and MetroCard, but for the chance to cultivate once again. As a fellow, I served at Howard Houses, an urban farm right around the corner from where I live. It wasn't until GCF that I even knew there was a farm right there, just a 2 minute walk away. I felt at home in a neighborhood that I had been in for the past 13 years, and I got to serve them. I was there alongside my service coordinator, Kwan, and my co-fellow Aaliyah, who were both always pushing me to be the best I could be. I learned a lot from each of them, and their own passions for this work resonated with my own. Together, we were able to grow over 5,000 pounds of produce, feed hundreds of families, and graduate an entire team of 9 core members all in one summer. I couldn't be prouder of getting to do so in the same neighborhood that had been my home for years. I felt like I had finally given back. Those 10 months were filled with experiences I believe I never would have. I really got to be an assistant farm manager, teaching and uplifting other young adults, and I also got to be in rooms I never imagined being in. The Javits Center, watching young children present their research they conducted about hydroponics, the Brooklyn Grange, at an event with the community showing their garden, at a pier, learning how to install solar panels in the scorching heat, and in a gala where I got to meet board members of countless organizations. There were so many experiences that I never believed I could be a part of, but there I was in the middle of it all. Today, we are discussing how cores can be innovative in their approach to service and conservation work. My answer to that is to be the home of passion, hope, and change. Be the place that cultivates the youth and communities, giving them a voice to not only uplift themselves, but the people around them. Create spaces that are loud, that aren't afraid, and that will speak up. And in doing so, forging a better future for the world we live in. In Green City Forest, I have learned how important community work is. Both ourselves and the people around us are capable of truly amazing things when we come together. So thank you to Green City Forest. Thank you to everyone who has been my mentor or coworker, and thank you to the Core Network for supporting and uplifting organizations who are making a change and fighting for the people.